Capricorn. Hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Cappies in early March 2026? The year is trucking right along, but what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Capricorn. Early March. What's the vibe? What's the energy here for our good friends? What's happening? Usually the card, yeah, there we go. I was going to say, usually this card pops out real quick. And then just as I'm saying it, we got the Alchemist right here. Now, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. There's a lot of favorites in this one for a reason. But the Alchemist has really cool energy tied to it. There's a lot of depth and a lot of different meanings. And it reminds me of the Hermit quite a bit. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this interesting, mysterious looking figure here. So as you can see with the imagery, it's pretty cool looking. We have this guy, he seems to be in a laboratory or a dungeon, and he has his potion right there, the thing that he's creating. Now, again, this could be hermit-like type of energy, so if you're connected to a Virgo or have Virgo placements, I mean, this is a very empowering energy for that. When I see the Alchemist, I think of wisdom, earned wisdom, somebody with a lot of experience, where they've done a lot of experimentation and tinkering and problem solving. So I like this for perfectionism. So I'm not sure how that might align with whatever it is you're going through, but this is an energy that tweaks. But there's also an underlying spiritual layer as well. On this person's third eye, they have the alchemical symbol for the sun right there, which represents illumination. So to me, this card is kind of like a eureka moment, like I have done it, I have created it. So the Alchemist to me is great for transmutation of energy, but also creation, manifestation. This is really great. Now, if we were to give another little sub message, it does also give me King of Wands vibes, where this could represent focus. Notice how he is deadlocked in on that creation. So there might be one specific situation that you're hyper focused on right now, or maybe there's something that spirit wants you to pay a little more attention to when this card is here. So I know that's a mouthful. We'll let him chill. He's doing what he's doing. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled A Surprising Result. And I mean, that's a pretty broad net we're casting there, right? So for a lot of you, especially moving forward, because it could bleed over for a couple weeks, there could be certain things that take a little turn on you or go a different way. Now, sometimes, you know, the end result is the best possible, you know, indicator. Sometimes we take a different road there, but just know there could be certain things you're doing, certain things you're working towards where you might take a detour, or the result could be something different than what you expected. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. All right, let's get it going. 3 cards here for Capricorn in early March. It's Pisces season. What is happening for our good friends? Thank you. Cool. Lady Justice, huh? That's a strong energy chilling right there. I'm a big fan. Lady Justice is nice, good, balanced Libra energy. She could also represent legalities, contracts. We'll get back to her. Let's get a couple more. Usually she's fair and balanced. Then we got the 4 of Swords. That energy seems to be just chilling. So that's kind of a vibe we're picking up here in the front, at least on the top row. The energy seems very still. And then, yeah, we got the 6 of Pentacles. There's a really strong karmic undertone here, especially with Lady Justice and the 6 of Pentacles. Notice they both have the scales. So that could be big for decision making. But we'll circle back to that. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements. It tells me how the energy is flowing or the areas of life that could be really important. And this week it is air heavy with a little bit of earth. That's the earth is really good for you. But when it comes to air, that's more logical, it's more pragmatic. Air energy rules over the mind, so it represents strategy, critical thinking, problem solving, kind of like what we were speaking about with that alchemist energy here. It could be thirsting for information, thirsting for knowledge. That's a big thing with air energy as well. It is very smart, very sharp. It's also communication based as well. The downside to air, sometimes it could be a little sharp, sometimes it could be a little detached or cold, so we need to watch out for that. But then we have earth right here on the back end. That's your power element, that's your comfort zone. Earth represents our feelings of security and stability. It can represent routine, money, finances, work, business, investments, all the material world stuff, work, home, and family. That's a big thing when we have a lot of earth energy showing up here. Now, the downside to earth, sometimes it can move a little too slow. Sometimes the speed and the pace of it might not be to our liking, and it could also represent a stuck type of energy too. And then I can't move forward without talking about these powerful karmic energies we have at play with these scales. So we're going to have to look into all that further. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we got Lady Justice. Now, for some of you, if you're connected to a Libra, that could be them right there, or if you have Libra placements yourself. And Lady Justice is a card with a lot of depth, and that seems to be the theme we're picking up this week for Capricorn, where there's a lot of layers that we might have to peel back. But Lady Justice, could she be decision making? Yes. Could she represent fairness and balance? Absolutely. So, whether this is an energy you're in, an energy you're striving for, to me, I see the balancing of the scales. So, whether you are making a choice or a decision, or maybe you're just chilling, right? Especially with the Four of Swords and Six of Pentacles right next to it, the energy doesn't seem to be doing much on the surface. It seems very neutral. And sometimes, depending on what we're going through, a neutral approach is the best. And that's kind of what Lady Justice asks us to do. Now, she can also tie into legalities. So, legal situations, contracts, anything you put your signature on. So, just know whether it's like a lease or a contract or you're making a big purchase, if you're putting your signature down on something, read it twice, read it thrice, right? Make sure you're looking at all the fine print because she's heavy with legalities and paperwork. But the biggest thing with Lady Justice to me uh, is karma. She is the karmic energy. And I know that's a very in depth topic and we can't dive into all of it. Yes, it could speak about the universe serving up karma. It could be karmic rewards, karmic blessings, the universe balancing the scales. And that seems to be a theme that I've been seeing in a few different signs in recent weeks. But position number two, we have the Four of Swords. Now, we see this person, they're kind of sitting there praying or meditating. This isn't a bad card. It's kind of taking a rest, taking a break, pausing. This card can deal with sleep, rest, recuperation, healing. So if some of you are in that mode, Lady Justice moving into the Four of Swords, it's like be at peace, be calm, regenerate. So I like the regenerative aspect of the Four of Swords. I got a tongue twister there. But normally it's good. And again, it could deal with like connecting to your inner voice. So think of meditation, prayer, any form of spirituality. This is really good. You might be having really interesting dreams when this card shows up. But the downside to the Four of Swords is sometimes it could be stuck. Sometimes it's an energy that feels like it's wasting its time, like nothing's happening. Where is it? So hopefully you're not feeling impatient. Now, moving to the back end, we do have the Six of Pentacles. This is another very good card. I would say it's open, it's giving, it's charitable. Um, just because it's earthy doesn't mean it just has to deal with work and business. Like it's an energy that shares and puts effort into things. If we're talking about a situation, notice the scales, just like Lady Justice, fairness, balance, neutrality. That's a big thing with this. But it's very giving. This is one of the cards I often see in people's birthday season because there's something about gift giving attached to this as well. But it's wide open. Um, the downside to the Six of Pentacles, sometimes it's an energy that can give too much. Sometimes it's an energy that can be a little too kind. So maybe Spirit wants you to pace yourself with something. There's an energy that's just too open or giving too much away. That's very possible. And of course, the karmic energy at play. And all of this energy seems neutral. So I want to dive deeper in all of it, Capricorn. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what's up with Capricorn. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message. which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Lady Justice, see what she has to say. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's what the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Lady Justice time. What is she doing here? Thank you. All right. I like it. I do like it. So for some of you, when we have the Queen of Wands, this could be a fire sign. So we do have some zodiac signs showing up here: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But a big thing about her is confidence. So for some Capricorns, this is kind of like a shot in the arm from Spirit saying, like, be confident. Be confident in yourself. There's matters of self-confidence that Spirit wants you to lean into. And listen, I do a lot of personal sessions with Capricorns. Normally, Capricorns do not lack confidence. That's a very good thing. But Lady Justice with the Queen of Wands, it's like stoic, confident. I don't want to say it's like a rock, but the energy to me just feels like it holds its head up high. So I think that's good, and it could be advice from Spirit saying, like, be confident, move forward. Um, Now, the Queen of Wands, if we're not talking about self-confidence, she's very magnetic, she's very attractive, and it's an energy that pulls things towards it. So when I see Lady Justice and the Queen of Wands, it's like you're just pulling something in, whether it's a person or a situation. It's like you don't have to chase it, let it come to you. Don't chase it down, let it appear to you. So again, take that for what it's worth. We do have this karmic undertone still that we're going to lean into, especially as we move to the back. But to me, this is all about self-confidence, magnetism, and letting something come to you, or letting it present itself to you. So do with that what you will. Let's keep moving forward. If that's not you, it could be someone else in that energy too. So you would know better than me. But let's see what's up with the Four of Swords. Why is that Four of Swords here for Cappy? Thank you. And I say this from time to time. Sometimes the best action is no action. And the Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Four of Swords is the epitome of that. This energy is cool. It's fine. And even if you're cross-watching for a Capricorn, remember, you apply to your story however necessary. But the Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, that energy's kind of just chilling. Now, the only downside I could see to this is boredom. So just know in this time you might get a little bored with things or people or situations more so, or quicker than you normally do. Because this energy here can feel dry, but at the same time, I'm not upset by it. At the same time, it's holding firm, it's holding steady. So again, this could be advice from Spirit saying, like, Capricorn, hold firm on this, hold firm on this situation, or whatever it is you're dealing with. Spirit wants you to hold, like, hold. So that's the main thing that's coming through. So either the holding firm with something or the boredom. So watch out for it. We're going to keep going. It's coming through very simple and straightforward this week. It's like we have confidence, we have firm, we have magnetic energy. We're not chasing something, we're pulling it towards us. So maybe this alchemist in the beginning that we were speaking about with the manifestation and just creating and pulling things in, we're getting that same theme. So again, if there's something you've been thinking about doing as well, Spirit might just want you to hold off for the time being. So not now, but not never. Let's go in on the Six of Pentacles. Let's see what that has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is that Six of Pentacles here? Because this might be where the energy starts to pick up. Okay. Yeah. So another karmic energy here. So to me, this is Spirit, universe, your angels, guides, someone really coming through firm in this spread with all the earth, with all the karmic cards that we have sprinkled through, saying, let us handle it, Capricorn. And again, I already mentioned, I do a lot of personal sessions with Capricorns. I know you're a cardinal earth sign. If I'm not moving forward, I'm moving backwards, very much results driven. That's something I love about Capricorn energy. But sometimes Spirit wants you to surrender, so to speak. Now, this could be presenting for a lot of different reasons, like this karmic energy that we've been seeing. So could there be a situation that you've recently gone through where it was meant to teach you a lesson? Absolutely. Could there be something where Spirit's like, we'll handle it from here, Capricorn, Don't you worry about it. I'm getting undertones of that as well. So the karmic wheels are turning, spirits grabbing the wheel. I've seen this for a few other signs in recent weeks, and it seems like you're up to bat. Because again, if we're not talking karmic, because this is a card of reaping what you sow, Six of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, hey, they're going to get what's coming, or you're going to get what's coming. Hopefully that's a good thing. Remember, karma, it's a double-edged sword, right? There could be great things, there could be rough things tied to it. But this is spirit saying, like, we got this from here. So whether it's a karmic situation or karma getting served up, it's sprinkled all throughout here. And the fact that I'm not seeing a lot of energy of spirit saying, hey, you need to do this, or hey, you need to do that. It's kind of just how it unfolds, or a spirit just wanting you to let it unfold for some reason. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So, very intriguing message this week because I'm not seeing tons of physical action here from someone's side, whether it's yours or someone else. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got Lady Justice with the Queen of Wands. Hold your head up high, be confident. Whether that's spirit telling you, like, hey, you got this, don't worry about it, that's a good thing. It's very reassuring. Um, I just, I like the magnetic energy I pick up with it, where it's like, let it come to you, or let something come to you, or just wait and see how it unfolds. There's a certain patience that shows up throughout this reading. So again, if you're cross-watching, maybe your Capricorn's just being patient for one reason or another. But looking into the middle, we have the Four of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Again, not a lot of physical action, but it's like hold firm. So again, there could be a situation you have been dealing with or will deal with where spirit wants you to hold the line about something. The other vibe I was picking up here, watch out for boredom. Okay, because you might get bored with things a little quicker than you normally do. Moving to the back end, we got the Six of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Spirit saying, like, hey, we got this. We're driving the car right now, Capricorn. So whether that's a karmic reward and blessing, whether it's karma getting served up in one way or another, it's like what you put forward, you get back in return. It's literally that. What you give out is what you receive. So hopefully that's a good thing here. Or again, it could just be speaking about a situation that you've been through because you were supposed to go through it for whatever reason. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. What do we got here for Capricorn, please? Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got? Thank you. Yeah, your power card shows up. So we have the devil in the shadows, and I don't want you to get concerned about that. And this is something I clear up, especially with people that are newer to tarot, is that Capricorn gets the devil card due to the goat symbolism. It's not just about like all the traits, because usually when this card comes out, people get nervous. But when I see it in a Capricorn reading, it's actually a very good thing. Now, the devil does tie closely into the material world. What reality might be showing you. And I'm sure you've heard all the ancient mystics, reality is an illusion and all that. We're not going to get into all the philosophical talk about it. But when I see the devil in the shadow of a Capricorn reading, this could be that hold firm, hold strong type of energy that Spirit was talking about, confidence and holding the line. That's a good thing. But the shadow side of the devil talks about things or attachments or habits that are still with us. So for some of you, there could be something where even if you're convincing yourself that it doesn't affect you, it still might. Okay, where there's something that Spirit wants you to take a cold, hard look at. So we're just going to put the devil right there, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight into your situation and you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the March subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 subscribers to win either a copy of the Everyday Witches Tarot, beautiful deck, or a handmade crystal pendant, which I showcase at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what zodiac signs do you get along best with? Which ones are your favorite? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.